This is a video about ice cream cones and a secret one shop hid at the bottom of theirs. It caught me off guard, and years later, it's still teaching me something about storytelling. On a hot summer night, there's nothing better than an ice cream cone. The line around the block, the blast of cold air when the freezer case opens, that first bite. But there was one shop that did something different. A tiny surprise at the bottom of the cone, and if you didn't know it was there, it caught you off guard. It was sweet, it was simple, and it said something without saying a word. I never forgot it, and years later, I realized it's the kind of thing that separates good from great. Everybody loves ice cream. You don't have to teach someone to want it, just one bite and they're hooked. Even babies, that first cold, sweet taste, it lights up their face, opens a whole new world. It's the joy of discovery, frozen, creamy, unforgettable. And for a lot of us, going to the ice cream shop brings back something more, memories. That one place from childhood, that flavor you always picked, the sticky fingers, the walk home, the sound of summer. We had a place like that just down the street from our house. On a hot night, we'd walk there, stand in line, and cool off of the cone. But that shop did something I'd never seen anywhere else, something small, unexpected, really very brilliant. It changed how I think about the last moment of any experience and how we, as storytellers, should never treat the end as an afterthought. Here's something I've always wondered. How would you describe an ice cream cone to someone who's never seen one, never tasted one? What would you say? Would you talk about the swirl on top, the crunch of the cone, the drip running down your hand on a summer day? That's what we do as storytellers. We describe something in a way that makes people feel it, even if they've never lived it. We help them see it, understand it, and want it. Sometimes all it takes is one unexpected detail to bring it all to life. Okay, let me get back to my story. This ice cream cone shop in our neighborhood didn't have a big sign, no social media presence, just word of mouth, and a long line every summer night. It had all the stuff you'd expect, dozens of flavors, homemade waffle cones, friendly staff, the kind of place where you'd go to cool off, catch up, and savor the season. And we weren't the only ones. That shop had regulars, families, couples, kids, riding bikes, people lined up every night just to get a scoop. And they kept coming back all summer long. Why? Because they knew they'd get something good, something satisfying, and maybe even a little unexpected, because this shop did something different. Before they scooped in the ice cream, they drop a little malted milk ball into the bottom of the cone. It wasn't on the menu, they didn't promote it, but if it was your first time, you had no idea it was coming. But you can be sure people talked about it. They told their friends, brought their family, and came back for more. There was no social media, no Yelp reviews back then, just happy customers who couldn't stop sharing their experience. And that one small detail, it helped that shop stand out from every other place in the neighborhood. They didn't need a sign that said, "We're different." They just were. So here's the kicker. That malted milk ball probably cost them less than a penny. But what they got back was loyalty, word of mouth, a lasting impression, a huge return on a really tiny investment. And that's still the best marketing plan out there. Create something worth talking about. You'd eat your way down to the cone, enjoy the crunch, the ice cream, the sweetness, and then just when you thought it was over, surprise. That last bite, sweet, unexpected, perfect. And without ever saying a word, the shop was saying, "We want the last bite to be as good as the first." I haven't been back there in years, but I can still taste the malted milk ball in the bottom of my sugar cone. That last bite stayed with me. It's stuck with me ever since because I was taught something early on. Maybe you were too. People remember the first thing they experience and the last thing. It's called the primacy and recency effect. The beginning sets the tone. The ending leaves the impression. If either one falls flat, so does the story. That's why this little malted milk ball mattered. It was the recency, the closing emotion, the thing I carried with me long after the cone was gone. Now, does that mean the middle doesn't matter? Not at all, because even if the first and last are what people remember, they won't get to the end if the middle doesn't hold up. So let's stay with the metaphor for just another second. Not all ice cream is the same. Some stories are like soft serve, easy, smooth, light. They go down quick, but they can melt away if there's no structure. Some are like gelato, dense, intense, flavor-packed. Every moment matters, no filler. Others are like homemade ice cream, imperfect but original. You create your own recipe, your own vibe. It's very personal. Then there's frozen yogurt, customizable, endlessly variable, built on toppings and choice. It's interactive. The more involved the audience is, the better the experience. And you've got the marble slab experience too. They take a base, throw it on a cold stone, and mash in the mix-ins. It's messy, hands-on, collaborative, but that's where the magic happens. That's editing. That's collaboration. That's what turns raw content into a wow experience. What you serve and how you serve it shapes the whole story. Don't forget the cone, because that matters too. A cake cone is basic, does the job. Sugar cone adds texture, something sweet and snappy. But a waffle cone, that's the commitment. It's robust and full of character. So ask yourself, what kind of cone are you serving your story in? Is your delivery flat and functional, or layered with style and structure that holds everything together? And then there's the scoop. You want a single scoop? That's short form content. Quick, punchy, gets to the point, fast. A double scoop, that's medium form, just enough time to develop an idea and let it land. Triple scoop, that's long form, layered storytelling, deeper character, more emotional weight. Each one works if you pick the right cone to hold it. The bigger your story, the stronger your structure needs to be. Because if you ordered 3 scoops, you needed to choose a cone that wouldn't crumble under the weight. Too much content with no support. That's when stories melt, collapse, or leave a mess behind. Pick the right size for the story you're telling, and make sure your cone or your structure can hold it. Before you jump to the next thing, here are a few ways to put this episode into action. Number 1, rewatch one of your recent videos and ask yourself, did I save the best for last? If not, what could you add to elevate the final moment? Number 2, try writing your ending first. Next time you build a story, start with the last beat, then reverse engineer the journey to get there. Number 3, plan your next malted milk ball. Whether it's a visual, a reveal, or a soundbite, end with something that sticks. And if you want more ideas like this, ways to add that malted milk ball moment to your own work, I put them all in my new book, You Really Gotta See This. It's a playbook for video creators and storytellers who want to level up, land better jobs, and get paid what they're worth. One reader told me a single chapter completely changed the way he valued his work. So grab your copy on Amazon or wherever books are sold and start crafting stories that end with something unforgettable, just like that last bite of the cone. That little ice cream shop knew what they were doing. They weren't just serving cones, they were crafting experiences. And that last bite, it always made me smile, because sometimes a great ending is what makes the whole thing worth it. It's the perfect finish to a great meal, the note that lingers, the moment that turns good into unforgettable. So the question is, what are you putting at the bottom of your story cone? The best videos don't just start strong, they end strong too. Because that's what lingers, that's what gets remembered. So, whatever you're working on right now, save the best for last. Thanks for watching.